John, so now I just look like a whore.
Yeah.
I'll make you one next week.
We all think you're one as well.
I know.
Whenever you're ready, I think, Scott.
We're good? Okay.
Brian will interrupt the podcast at some point here. That's John's Pizza Man, but we'll roll with it. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to get him
right as we're starting.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 105 of the KBMOD Cow. Reading your at signs. Let me do it one more time.
Brian.
Hey guys, yeah, Brian.
Fucking Brian, he did it again.
Well, anyway, we're on episode 105, featuring the lovely AllShamNoWow and EatMyDiction1. Very happy to have you both on this week. How many times is Diction? Is this your first time on, or have you been on before?
Second. You were absent the time I was on because you hate me.
You're right. I had stuff.
This podcast specifically for that reason.
Yeah. Diction's on. I have things.
Oh, I'll see.
I have a trap show to go to.
I didn't tell him tonight, so he would show up.
Surprise!
Oh man.
Gotcha.
Is that Stella? What are you drinking?
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, I love Stella. Oh my god. Woo! Well, anyway.
John would be seething if you were here right now.
John hates Stella. John's gone. Well, no, he gets mad when I talk about Yingling from my home state.
Yingling.
Yeah, because Yingling's so
he does.
bad.
He talks about that all the time, like it's the shittiest fucking.
But he like hates it so much. I'm like, it's fine. It's
I'm
not
totally
great.
with John on Yingling.
It's not my favorite, but like, it's not that bad.
Really. Yeah, it's not that bad. We also obviously have Blacklightattack. We've got Dan. And John, obviously, and myself. So, yeah, I guess when John gets back after he's done using Brian, the Pizza Man, we can get to what we've been doing this week, what we've been playing. Let's start with, you know what? Let's start with you, Mr. AllSham. What have you been doing? Besides having a birthday, everyone type happy birthday.
Oh my god, I had a birthday.
OMG.
Yeah, that's great. Everybody fucking gives a shit about me turning 23 like that means something.
Oh, a lot more people than you think.
This week I have been playing Blacklight Retribution. I actually got back into that game and I put about 4 or 5 hours into it this week, having some fun. You know, since I actually got a gold code from Jared, so that unlocked everything in the game, so it was a lot easier to get back into it. But it's been quite a bit of fun. I'm actually sad that I fell off of that game. Actually, everybody fell off of that game. I looked at my friends list.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
I think the closest one, I think it was Dan, and it was still over 100-something days that he had last been online on the game. We've all failed Jared, and we should feel bad about ourselves.
Well, Jared doesn't care about the PC anymore. It's all about that. It's all about that PS4 version. Yeah.
So now we all have to transfer to PS4 Blacklight because that's where the actual updates are going to go. He's just going to forget completely about the computer.
That's where all the shitty players are going to be that we can have fun with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if he gives me another gold pass, I'll be there in a second, dude. Don't worry about that.
I bought Papers, Please yesterday and tried that out for about 40 minutes, and I had done a lot of errors. Obviously, I'm very bad at doing a checkpoint job. I miss a lot of things like the person's actual gender. I had a couple of those mistakes. I just couldn't tell if somebody was a male or a female, apparently.
The graphics bad? Are they pixelated? Or
sometimes it can be a little wonky. Well, not wonky. I mean, it's intended, obviously, I guess, to be a little jarring, or somebody is a man maybe dressed as a woman. I'm not sure if that's something that was actually put into the game, but I have had a couple of mistakes. And someone went through and threw a grenade at some of my security officers. It was kind of a bad couple of days. It was really rough. Like, I didn't even let this person through. They hopped over the fence and threw a grenade at one of the security officers, so it wasn't my fault. I didn't.
Wait, they hopped over the fence and then they took the time to throw a grenade back over the fence.
No.
Like
throw
behind them.
No, not behind them. They had to. So on the first day, you only have one security guard, and he's kind of way in the back after the checkpoint. So the person had to jump over and run towards him and then throw a grenade. And as the grenade was flying, the security officer shot him in the head, and then he blew up right after he killed the terrorist. It was a very sad day. I had to witness it firsthand. It was very graphic. But other than that, I played Chivalry Medieval Warfare. I put a few hours into that this week. Been having a lot of fun. I did a couple of videos of that game. It's very, very good. I wish more people played it. I've got about 80 hours into it
How
myself.
deep is the combat system for real in that? I mean, you obviously have to kind of know what you're doing because you know, I watch you play it and you know what you're doing.
I mean, even in the videos that I did, I didn't do everything that you can, like alternate attacks and different methods of blocking, just using things like crouching or playing like Man-at-Arms and using the dodging feature and stuff like that. There's a lot you can do with the different classes. I think the biggest thing is the alt swings. People just don't do it. I never see anybody do it. Like you can hold a key and say you're just doing the basic side swing from right to left. It'll change it from left to right, which can throw people off if they've got a shield or something, or they try to block in one direction. Like you can use the feint system to go one way and then alternate attack in the other direction and kind of catch people off guard. But it's just one of those muscle memory things that you've got to build up, because I still don't really use the alternate attacks that much. A lot of the players are really shitty, and they don't know how to block that well, so it's still easy to kill them. But playing things like King of the Hill and Free-for-All and shit, where you've got massive numbers of people, is always a good time, even though the combat is a little slow in the game, especially if you're playing like Team Objective, where you've got to run to something. That can be a little
Battlefield
slow for people. Yeah, I mean, if you play... Yeah, if you're into things like Battlefield, then the pace of the game is not going to really mess with you that much. But for people who like fast pace, I would just recommend playing like King of the Hill or something, where you respawn and within 2 or 3 seconds you're right back into fighting somebody.
What game would you recommend if I just want to die and then respawn and then die again immediately? Do you have anything for me?
Chivalry's pretty good starting out.
Yeah, there's actually
DM.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
I do have a recommendation. Recently, the guys that did the that alpha for the janitor simulator Viscera cleanup detail, they have another game that they've had in beta that's actually coming out on full release pretty soon. It's called Rook's Keep, and it's basically third-person Chivalry, and it's a lot faster and more arcadey.
They already made third-person Chivalry. It's called War of the Roses, and God, what a game.
No, it's not even close. This is nowhere close to that game. Like, this is definitely just arcadey medieval warfare type stuff, where you've got different classes that all have their own different abilities and stuff, and whenever you kill people, you get points, and when you die and you come back, you can spend those points on ability upgrades for your character to do like more damage, have more movement speed, shit like that, stamina recharge. But
that sounds good.
Downloaded the demo and played against bots, and it's like you die within 5 seconds if you're not careful. It's a very fast-paced game, like 32 player, I think is what it is, and the maps aren't really that big. It's definitely worth looking at. They have the demo. What's their fucking company name? Is it Runestorm? If you look up Rook's Keep, it'll take you to their website, and you can download the demo, and you can play against bots in games, and definitely understand just how fast-paced it is. But it's very fun. It's on Greenlight. It hasn't been greenlit yet.
Runestorm.
If you want to vote that up. I mean, they are the same guys that did Viscera, so you can imagine that it's not going to be a terrible game, because even for a janitor simulator, that was very basic.
Awesome.
That
Doesn't
was a good
co-op
game.
now too?
It's got co-op.
They've actually been updating the alpha a lot. They just came out with one the other day, and I haven't tried it yet, but I need to.
That's cool. For my money, there's nothing funnier than War of the Roses as a game. Just watching the combat happen. I don't know. It's still.
I liked it a lot.
Did you like it? I thought it was. Oh God, I just couldn't take it seriously.
We played a tournament. Nick played that tournament, didn't he?
Yeah.
Twitch
I
tournament.
never got into it after watching that tournament and just seeing a lot of the bugs when it came to the horse.
That was pretty new.
Mechanics.
At the time.
There was a lot of bullshit going on during that tournament you guys did before the game came out.
I didn't put in much time into it at all, maybe a few hours, but it was buggy and glitchy, but I thought it was a really good idea, and it wasn't executed that poorly.
Yeah.
It kind of, when I played it really early, and it just looked like just the combat when you have like 30 people in a third-person perspective, like swinging swords at each other. It's just fucking hilarious. But all right, that's cool. All right, that's what you've been up to. What about you, Mr. Eat My Diction? What have you been doing?
Moving into my new place. Mostly.
This background is so weird.
Yeah,
it's a terrible game, dude. Graphics are awful. Controls are even worse.
And the DLC, God.
Yeah.
Shipping you at every turn.
You have to build IKEA furniture as the DLC.
Do you like? Is the place better place than the previous place?
It's really. I mean, I lived in kind of a shitty old house with a bunch of people before, so it's kind of hard not to raise the bar. But definitely, I'm enjoying it a lot here. It's very cozy and comfortable, and I can walk over to John's place and slap his dick around if I want to.
Nice, dude.
Oh wow.
Nice. Is there ever a point where you don't want to?
No.
Funny thing is, like, every time he comes over to slap my dick, it's like he uses his tongue to slap it.
That sounds like what Brian does too.
I think it's time.
Oh, let me tell you something about Brian. Brian was a female.
Okay.
What?
Oh, it's Brienne.
Brian did not deliver my pizza. Rebecca or something delivered my pizza.
Wow, come on, Domino's.
Rebecca's
Brian was upset. Brian was very scared that he didn't get your pizza to you on time, so he had to hand it off to this Rebecca girl because he just couldn't. He couldn't face you anymore.
It's one of those. It's like one of those police procedurals where like a detective gets taken off a case. Like, God damn, that was my case. That was my pizza delivery.
You're too involved.
Actually, Rebecca is just a glory hunting go-getter, and as Brian was climbing into his delivery car, she jumped out of the bushes and grabbed him by the face and threw him to the ground, and dove in with your pizza. And she was like, "That tip is mine."
Trying to reach the top ranks of Domino's.
Is there anything that can make the I just always find food delivery is always awkward. Not always. If you know the person, then it's whatever. Like if it's a normal dude. But I feel like that exchange, when you open that door, and even for them, because they don't know what they're going to get, you could have your dick out, or there could be people in gimp suits in the background in your house, and what are they going to do? They're just handing you the pizza? But
my thing is, like, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I want you to give me my food so I can eat it as fast as possible. Like,
yeah,
now,
exactly.
I want food.
Yeah.
But like, I had one experience where a pizza guy was delivering a pizza, and I don't know, he just looked a little slow. I don't know if he was slow, but he kept the conversation going. So like he was giving me the pizza and he wouldn't let go of the other end of the box, and I had just paid him, and I was like, all right, man, thanks. And he was like, you just move in here? Like, what the fuck? I don't want to have a conversation with you.
He's casing your house. He's casing your apartment.
And he was like, he's like, we're delivering. Yeah, he was casing. He's like, we're delivering a lot nowadays. Just wondering, a lot of new people in the neighborhood and stuff like that. He's like, oh, and I noticed there's a pool. Do you guys have pool parties? I'm like, what the fuck?
See, it's like Payday the Heist. It's like Payday the Heist in real life. He's walking
really
around posed as a pizza guy, just trying to understand what's going on.
Huxton.
It's Huxton, yeah. Chains delivering my pizza.
Your boy Chains delivering the pizza.
Your boy Chains.
Yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any tips, just tweet me them or something, or tweet KBMOD tips about how to deal with it.
At KBMOD tips.
I'll go pick up
on shit you should give a fuck about. How to not have awkward interactions with your fucking food delivery people.
Yeah, seriously, because I've literally decided, because it's always cheaper too if you pick up, if it's like real close, because you don't pay delivery fee and tip. So I was like, I'll just be like, I'll go fucking pick it up. You know what? I don't want to deal with that possible 30 seconds of awkwardness. God. Anyway,
none of the delivery guys around here speak English very well, so you can't have any real conversation with them. So that's the good part, is that they just hand it to you and quickly get out.
Fuck out. Yeah.
I just enjoy like in a non-mean way. Like, I enjoy people who like provide a service, because then I can tip them well, and then they get super excited about it.
Yeah.
Like, I just gave that guy who delivered my $20 in pizza $6, and that was like awesome to him. That was cool.
We got Chinese yesterday, and it was weird because I went to pick it up, and the Chinese restaurant was owned by 2 white people. And they were like,
that is really weird.
They were like,
advertising.
yeah, they were like Yinzer white people too. For those who don't know who Yinzers are, they're like hardcore Pittsburgh people. Yeah, like it's a whole other genre of person. Then it's like city hicks. That's the best way I could describe them. But yeah, they own the Chinese restaurant by my house, not Chinese people. But it's all Chinese. It's pretty good, yeah. Actually, it's all Chinese people who cook it though. So
well.
But you're right, dude. If you walk into a storefront and you see 2 white people, I'm getting my money back, or I'm not paying.
Yeah.
It's
a little sketchy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, those things are kind of weird. Like when I still lived in South Carolina and we went to like a Japanese restaurant, it was always weird to see that they actually employed nothing but Japanese people. And when I was around town, you never, ever see an Asian person in South Carolina. You just don't see them. Maybe one. But it's like they keep them all in some kind of segregated housing, and they're only allowed to travel to and from their restaurant that they work at or something, and then they're just fenced off from all the white
they
people
live in the
South
basement
Carolina.
of the restaurant. They don't get to go outside.
Yeah, they just stay there.
No, that's actually, you know how the Chinese mythology has like 1,001 different hells you can go to. That's one of them. Is working in a restaurant, and that's why the food is so good, because it's flavored by suffering. All the best stuff is made by other people.
Those hibachi grills just have people's souls under it, fucking generating the power.
It's fueled by the forsaken souls of the damned.
See, if you ever go to a hibachi grill and they do one of those tricks where they have like the onions and they do the flame in the middle, you can actually look in the flame and you'll see people's faces screaming in terror.
Yeah, that's the sound.
The one hibachi grill I go to, they have like really long tables. And nobody sits on the end, but one person sits on this end, and like the chef does his thing there, and he'll just like squirt hibachi from a bottle across the table into your mouth, or sake rather, across the table into your mouth.
Yeah.
It's fucking sweet.
Oh man!
And sometimes he'll light it. He'll light it in the middle. Like he'll light it as it comes out of the thing, so like it starts to shoot fire, but it goes out. Like
I mean,
pretty cool.
The only time I've ever seen hardcore cocaine usage was when I worked in restaurants.
Yeah,
so
good Lord.
There you go.
If you're a chef and you've survived for more than 5 years in the industry, you are on cocaine or something else.
Oh, I've told the story of my manager at King's Restaurants when I worked in college, and every time it would be a holiday, like Mother's Day or something like that, he would go back. It would be super busy, middle of the day. Go back to his office, do a ton of coke, and then just run into the dish room and just start breaking dishes and shit. And he'd be like, "Let's go, boys, let's go!" And he'd just be like throwing around into his.
And he knows how to get his employees jazzed.
What? No, it didn't get us jazzed. We thought we were gonna get hit by dishes, dude. These things are
for our lives.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, well, you work. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but you work better when you think you could die in any second.
That's true.
It's true.
It's a motivator.
Which relates
People don't
back
realize
to...
how intense. People don't realize how intense working in the food industry is.
Oh, dude,
that shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It gets insane.
I'll never
like you have to be mentally. You have to be a little mentally. Like you have to be unstable to honestly, like to be a line cook or even a chef in like a really busy restaurant, or even just a shitty like Chili's, dude. When it's busy and everyone and their fucking teenagers are coming in. Insanity.
Well, Chili's would be worse. Like if you were an executive chef at your own restaurant and it was a high-end one, like you're making a ton of money. Like there's tons of $500-600 a plate restaurants here. It's worth
your whole life
to do
is
that
your restaurant though. Still working.
Yeah, but they're making $500,000 to $1 million a year on some of these restaurants. The chefs are themselves. So
totally.
Yeah.
But
I worked at McDonald's when I was 15, and that was the hardest job I've ever had.
That would suck.
Like physically and mentally, it was the hardest job I've ever had.
Oh, that would suck.
Fast food's terrible.
So did you play any games, Dick?
Oh yeah, Diction. We were talking about.
We went completely off the rails. Diction.
Nick?
What? I didn't know you were talking to me. I'm sorry.
Did you play any games besides the moving game?
Yeah, no, I played the usual. The one game that stood out for me was Teleglitch. I wanna dive back into.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked up the trailer for that after you were talking about it. It looks really interesting. Probably gonna pick it up.
It's cool. I'm not usually keen on roguelikes just because I get frustrated easily, but I kept dying and I kept wanting to play it more and more. So
what's the deal with it? I have no idea what happened. Roguelike.
Okay, so think of it's kind of Binding of Isaac E, where you're dropped in. You have all the levels, the maps kind of shift around each time you go in, and but there's like a crafting mechanism, so you can build weapons or you can like combine bombs to make them explode more, and you can explode walls to get to different areas and stuff. There's lots of secrets and shit. And basically, you just have to try to survive until you get to like level 3. And once you get to level 3, then if you die, you get to start there again, as opposed to starting at level 1. So it actually has a progression to it, unlike Isaac, which is like you're dead, you got to start over, but you can use different tools and stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I recommend it. Like I said, normally I don't really dig those games, but I was playing it on stream for like an hour, and I was really getting into it.
How much is it?
Up now.
It's like $12.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
It's not bad.
Something like that.
I will probably pick it up then, because those games are my jam right now.
Yeah, no, you'd really dig it. You'd like it.
All right.
Cool. All right. What else? Blacklight. What have you been doing besides sitting pretty over there?
Well, You.
Sit prettier.
I'm trying. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. I gotta work to make this work. You know? It's not as easy to look.
I know that doesn't just happen when you wake up in the
Nick
morning.
Jenkins gets up at...
He's playing TF2 right now, I guarantee it.
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII right now, suck it. You would hear my keyboard if I was playing TF2. I got a controller.
You're an awful person.
I know. I have been playing the actual shit out of Final Fantasy VII, which, for those of you not following along at home, is my favorite game of all time, and I could seriously just play for hours and hours. I put, like, easily, I would say, like, average, it's probably like a 40 to 60 hour game. It's pretty long. I've taken files and put, like, 200 hours into them easily. It's a really, really great game, and I've been Let's playing it. So I played in one night. I recorded like 5 episodes, and I do half-hour long episodes. So that ended up, 2.5 hours of gameplay, just straight talking and bullshitting about the game, just entirely. And now I'm playing a different file on my PC version because they re-released it for PC in 2012. And it has, like, cleaned up textures and all that, and it looks pretty good. But the music sucks. They put in, like, shitty replacement MIDI music, so I had to mod that out. And then some of the faces look weird, so I had to mod that out. And once those were modded, I was like, well, I got to play the game again now. So now I have 2 files of the same game running. Really, really excellent game. I recommend picking it up on PC if you haven't somehow played it. I think it's $15, and you can get it on Steam now. It was kind of a huge fiasco when Square Enix was the one distributing it solely because it was a fucking nightmare. But you can get it on Steam now, and it's fully moddable. If you want links, like, just PM me on YouTube. I'll get you the links to get you the original music and stuff. And
can they just send a text to your? I can give you their phone number in chat real quick.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
All right, I got you.
And y'all better be sending me
speed
some
dial.
dickies. I need them dickies.
You gotta Snapchat your dick
got a
for
dick.
the links to the mods.
I do have a dick. Yeah.
I have a dick.
If you have dicks, you can provide dickies. It's not a huge leap. It doesn't.
That's what you think.
Well then. What else have I been playing, really? I played a little bit of Pikmin 3, which is... I think I mentioned that last week. I haven't really been playing it too much more. It hasn't really been gripping me like the first game did.
It's a lot of more of the same, but it's still like good because Pikmin was so good.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to try the co-op, but I have no idea how to fucking access it.
Yeah,
it's Nintendo, and they don't give you any like menu to work with.
They don't like the idea that people might play games with each other somewhere other than within the same.
Kotaku said that like the competitive multiplayer in Pikmin 3 is akin to like StarCraft 2. Like it's that involved, and like you can do crazy shit. And it could possibly be like, but there's no online, so it's like it's gonna die. No one's gonna try it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Pikmin 2 had some really intense multiplayer that me and my friends screwed around with on split screen that got really, really competitive. It was pretty harsh. There's some things I don't like about it. In that, I think they kind of removed the ability to have the Pikmin swarm in one direction according to which way you're pressing the analog stick. I don't believe it has that for some reason, but. Other than that, it's pretty good. I have played a little bit of TF2, but that's not anything special. Oh, I played CSGO with Diction on stream last night. Diction and John.
Terrible.
We are all awful at that game. It is such a good game.
I did see Diction
Teach
win
me
once.
APLFisher.
Diction won a gun game, I saw.
I did win one single. It was arms race, and I'm pretty sure we're playing against really terrible people. But I did win.
I think the only one I won like maybe 2, and one of them was when everybody left the game and then rejoined, so everybody's score got reset, and I had a head start. That's the only time I won.
Oh, so you're saying that you host kicked them and then they were able to rejoin back, so you cheated?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
So I can report. Okay, report. Blacklightattack.
Yes, please do. See if you can get me banned. Gaben
See
loves
that
me.
justice is served against him for cheating in a video game.
You're not getting me banned. I am one of Gaben's loyal followers. I am one of his top servants in the Church of Gaben. He fucking loves me. Not happening. So yeah, I haven't really been diversifying my gaming too much right now.
Or your bonds.
Just playing some old standbys.
Either one. Scott, are you coming on camera?
I'm coming on cam now. No, I'm done eating. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
The old coming on cam gimmick. I know what's happening here. Wow, nice shirt,
cam.
Scott.
And we're banned from
thanks.
Twitch.
It's a solid shirt.
Well, it was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, at some point.
just like running in rivulets down his lens.
Oh, Jesus.
Like the beginning of Bioshock.
I don't have that good of aim, Blacklight. I just kind of splooge everywhere. in general. I'm still finding like cum shots from like 6 months ago. It's like a surprise. Anyway, John, what have you been up to?
Does that smell like?
That's a good segue.
Other than my normal TF2 MGE, I've done nothing but play Dota. I'm learning Dota.
I started the tutorial.
Shit out of it.
I've been
so
enjoying
good.
watching Dota. I just don't quite. I mean, I understand it on a basic level, but I don't know the characters enough. But yeah,
It's much more in depth, but it's just so good. It's so good. That, my TF2, a little bit of WoW, still doing my LFRs and stuff, waiting on Dan to get to level 90 so we can do those together.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I still like to run. I still like to run my virtual farm on World of Warcraft. That's what I pay $15 a month for. You do your pets. You take care of your pets. And also, I just really like doing the farm in Valley of the Four Winds. I don't know what's so enjoyable about planting crops. But
you don't do your looking for raids or anything like that.
You were talking to me about this at your birthday. We're at birthday dinner, and Mark's telling me how he loves planting crops in this game. I'm like, what are you talking about? God, man,
that's a good point.
Amazing,
from chat.
Scott.
I bought WoW to play Farmville in the end. Yeah, that's what it came down to.
Exactly. Doing AMA.
You know what I miss is the Texas Hold'em add-on.
Yep.
That used to be in WoW back in the day, between pulls and a raid.
Oh my god, trivia! I would sit in Orgrimmar for hours and play trivia.
Yep.
Doing nothing but typing in a chat box.
You fucking nerd.
I always like the Peggle add-on that they actually like the actual.
Yeah, I was fingering vaginas while you were doing all that nerd shit.
Man,
I was looking at boobies that were real in front of my face. Because I ain't a nerd. All right.
That's right.
Doesn't everybody else love
nerdist
jokes?
activities?
You weren't part of Geek Week on YouTube,
except that's just how he makes his living. Outside of that, he doesn't partake in them at all.
Right. Exactly.
Remember that. Nick, he's a nerd for the money. He doesn't even enjoy games.
Exactly. Those comic books up there, I don't even know what the titles are. I never look at them. They're there for show.
There's a lot of dust on that shelf already.
Even though I just put that up there like 2 days ago. Yeah, it's just dust everywhere. I preserved the
cobwebs came with it.
Yep. IKEA.
Yep.
Up there.
You could kill yourself jumping off of.
It's a packet. It's called cobwebbing. Cobwebbing at IKEA. It's just cobwebs in a bag.
Nick, we should set up a rope swing. We should set up a rope swing off of your loft.
That's gonna end in tears.
It's like fucking 80 feet in the air, dude.
It is high up. Like I don't even look over this part because I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid I'm gonna go like. Ooh!
It's so high. It's awesome.
It's so high, dude.
Kind of jealous.
It's gonna end with somebody's mother in a black veil.
Whoa, dude.
Bad idea.
Dark.
It's too dark.
I'm saying someone will die.
Oh, okay.
What we're allowed to say.
Podcast.
Almost as dark as the underside.
Yeah, you were saying something
I forgot
else.
we were PG-13.
Almost as dark as the underside of that hibachi grill that we mentioned earlier. Almost.
Try to keep it clean for the kids, man.
Yeah, because that was so much better.
All right, Daniel. What about you this week?
Oh man, what did I play this week?
I watched you play some fucking Isaac. I watched a run.
That was.
Yeah, did you even stop playing this morning? Every time I went back to Twitch, I still saw you online. You've been playing for a while.
I streamed for 3 hours.
That's what happens
today.
when you play Isaac.
No, we got the epic fetus today, so the run didn't take very long. But APL, that was I shit my pants when I died the first time, and then
you survived with like a half a heart or whatever, a sliver, or I don't even know.
Yeah, what happened was I made it to the last boss, died after he died to some of his minions. And then, like, I had the 1-up, which is an item in there that gives you a second life, which it's a roguelike, so normally when you die, you're done. And I thought I was done. I forgot I had it in the heat of battle. So I, like, got up from my desk and threw down my headset. I was so mad. And then, like, came back around. I was like, oh, okay. All right. We're good. We're good.
You got the anger out. Now you can reset.
And, yeah, so then I got to fight him again, and then I barely won the second time. Although I was extremely overpowered on that run, I still barely won. But
yeah, it's fucking epic.
What else did I play? Oh, I beat.
What's the name of that boss? Satan.
The last boss is Blue Baby, which is a dead baby. As Blacklight gets more disturbed by this game.
Yeah. People are like, why don't you like that? Why can't you play that game? Why do you think it's so gross? I don't know, maybe it's the piles of shit, squishy sound effects, and fetuses, the like strangled fetuses floating everywhere.
There's an entire like
moms with hairy legs.
Overwhelming atmosphere of like incest and shit like going on, you know, like it's just not pleasant.
Feces and everything about it just like skeeves me out.
Too edgy for me.
It's funny because
Incest doesn't do it for you guys?
I know you would love that game too. That's the thing. Like if you play it's totally up your alley. But I also played Spelunky, and I'm terrible at it. Like god awful at it. That's another game you would like, Blacklight. You would love that game.
Spelunky. I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know.
It's a platformer roguelike. But the goal is to get high scores in it, but also live for a while. It's pretty damn good. I like Spelunky, but I'm so bad at platformers that it's like I almost like feel like I shouldn't play it. I just got frustrated. I played it for like an hour. But I did beat Return to Castle Wolfenstein today after playing it all week.
What a great game.
One of my all-time favorite games, and it was $250 on the QuakeCon sale, so I bought it and played through it.
Did you just bunny hop through the entire game because it's the best?
No, that game is super hard. It's super hard. Even on
Did you get all the secrets? I saw you looking for them.
I did. I 100%ed one level. That was it. Some of them the first level I've never, even with clipping, I've never found the third secret that's in it. So, but I beat the last boss is a terrible letdown though in that game. The last level is super hard, and then the boss is really easy. So that was kind of a letdown that he was so easy, but it was a blast to play through that game. What was really funny is that I'm running on a very high-end system, and I was dropping frames like mad in that game because it was not built for this shit. Like it's so old that it was just like it was going from.
You're
like,
at 4 gigahertz. How about 4 megabytes?
It was.
Like, what are you talking about?
I had to.
Well, I mean, back in the day, what was a fast processor back then? That was like in like the 200 megahertz.
No, that was it was
3 days, right?
2001 it came out, and it was like you were a gigahertz. If you had a gigahertz, you were balling back then, like a Thunderbird, AMD Thunderbird or something.
I'm a big fan of the wine.
Yep. So, it was it was pretty fun to play. You will appreciate this, John. It has the same frame lock as Modern Warfare 3.
91.
91.
That's good.
Damn.
That's
That's
ideal.
where they got it from. They stole it.
Let's put the refresh rate right in between 60 hertz and 120 hertz, so none of them can have a good experience.
To
That's
be fair,
great. Yeah.
To be fair, CRTs were the norm back then, and you could just put your refresh
Also, the
rate
human eye can only see 12.5 frames per second anyway, so
Yeah.
I see my
the,
CRT did
you need
100
that shit.
refresh rate.
On the system requirements on Steam for Return to Castle Wolfenstein, it says 400 megahertz processor.
Yeah. So you need like a Pentium. You need a Pentium, dog.
Yeah,
about
a
that
Pentium
Celeron,
2, 400
So
megahertz.
what about RAM? What does it say? 64 megabytes?
128 megabytes.
Woo!
Wow.
Big ballin'.
Man,
Jesus Christ.
my 8 gigabytes could not handle it.
I had 512 megabytes when I started playing WoW, and that was like the
Yep.
the other problem
Great.
with it is that I had to play it in 1600 by 1200 because that was the max resolution that it would play at on my monitor.
On your fucking 1440p
Yeah.
monitor.
Yeah. So, but it would go to a higher resolution than that, but the higher resolution was like something completely weird, like 2100 by 1600 or something, which was wider than my monitor, and then it wouldn't launch. So it was like, who had a 1600p monitor in 2001? Who is this guy?
John Carmack.
This one guy.
Who is this guy? But I beat that whole game, and that was just a blast to play through. I don't even remember what I played in the beginning of the week. I did those Isaac challenge runs Tuesday, and I played Payday 2 as well. Finally,
Yeah.
Great game.
So
fucking-
awesome game. I love
fucking
that game so much.
good.
already
base-
profitable off
Yeah.
pre-orders. So sick.
Payday 2 basically took everything from Payday 1 and just made it better. They they didn't fuck around too much or try to like revolutionize it or anything. They're just like, here, we'll just make everything about the first game, which was pretty damn good, a lot better. I love casing the joint. Like that is the greatest thing ever.
That part's fun, yeah, especially if your friends are like kind of dicks. So like one of them you'll see next, you'll just see like exclamation points, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Step back, dude. Step back. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I shot the cashier.
No. Yeah, I did that. We were trying to do the jewelry heist, which you can do in like 2 minutes or less if you're good.
Yeah. Yep.
And I shot the guard instead of bashing him in the face out of like reflex.
Shit.
Yep.
So
I watched a run through of 2 minutes of them doing a silent run on overkill, and that was the coolest thing to watch.
Dude, you feel like such a badass when you pull that off. There's no, I've not had that feeling in any other game. Because but same thing, doing the jewelry heist without alerting anyone and just taking the jewelry. Yep. Fucking goddamn, get the biggest e-boner.
Yeah, I did.
Even if you like try to make it hard for yourself by trying to get rid of the guard in the back too.
Yeah.
And like get the manager's key card and shit like that.
Dude, and when I'm spamming F and just like, get the fuck down, I'm just hitting it over and over again. I'm like trying to contain my like erection.
just like macro it to one of your like side mouse buttons or something.
Mouse wheel. Just
the only issue.
Get the fuck down! Get the fuck down!
Get down!
The only issue that I had was it seemed like some of the civilian AI was kind of weird, and they would randomly pop up into your gun's view and then lay back down.
Oh yeah,
I imagine that was a glitch, and they have maybe fixed it. I haven't played in a few days because I didn't want to get reset again after going through a bunch of levels, and I was like, I'll just wait until the full release. I've already put 15 hours into the game. I've gotten enough of it until it's released. But yeah, that was a big problem in like the jewelry heist because all of the people are right there where you need to shoot. So if they're not tied down, they're going to end up getting up and getting shot in the head possibly. And it was very frustrating sometimes. But I don't know if they've fixed that or if it's intended for them to get up right into a gun. Because they're fucking stupid and they want to die. I don't know exactly what the civilians are trying to accomplish in that game. It's very weird sometimes.
Yeah,
it's and I still can't get over like the running at him. You look so fucking. What's so funny to me is like obviously you just forgive it because of the game's so fun, but like the running animation you and your bros do, like I'm like if anyone was walking like that towards me outside of a bank, I'd be like pretty sure we're about to get fucked. And it looks like he's running around with he also splooged in his pants and also shit in his pants at the same time. The animations are kind of funny.
Yeah, they kind of skate a little bit when they're walking, but it's not that big of a deal. That's not the point.
My two favorite things from the missions where I played the nightclub with Orb and Nick Fenton.
Oh yeah.
And is that you go up to the dude, the bouncer, and at first he's like, sorry, your name's not on the list. And then if you just stand there for 10 more seconds, he's like, oh, you guys are cool, come in.
So is nightclub something that was just added? Because I never saw that before.
Yeah.
It's
the second time around
it's
they
not
updated, I think.
that hard, but it can get a little greasy, and we could not figure a way to do it stealth well anyway. So you have to in there, and also the dancing in the nightclub.
Oh god, dude, yeah.
There is a girl twerking in the nightclub.
And the song that's playing is so bad and annoying. I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah. But we can.
I've been watching you guys stream that game, and it looks like awesome. I need to.
It's great.
It's everything. Again, everything Payday 1 did, but way better.
It's definitely something that you've got to put time into because the top tier comes with getting your skill trees all the way up and getting the guns, which is going to take a while. It's a lot of money and it's a lot of experience. I think the highest that I got before I got reset in the beta was like 17 or 18. So it doesn't really take that long if you commit to it, but you definitely need to get up there to get the full experience with all of the different items and shit that you can get. And then just the fact that like you have the bank heist where you have to go through deposit boxes. Like being able to go through all of those definitely is going to require somebody to have like the saw or something, or just a lock picking capability that's quicker because there's so many deposit boxes that have just fucking sandwiches in them.
Goddamn
sandwiches.
Sandwich with the cheese.
So that's their replayability strategy. Then is just like a leveling up and getting new items.
RNG elements and RNG elements and leveling up and getting extra stuff. That's in the level.
So the layouts are different. The
layouts can change, yeah.
So say you have the bank heist, you can have different placements for the bank vault, you can have different placements for the security guard, you can have different placements for a lot of things, and sometimes in the bank vault, The door inside won't be open. Sometimes it will be open, so it can be different in that respect. But things like the 4 stores where all of the different safe locations change, so you have to always change the way that you approach that one, which is not that hard. But I've never played like the 4 stores on a harder difficulty, so I'm not sure just how crazy it can get. But there's little elements that can change the way you have to approach it.
I hope like the higher difficulties are like incredibly difficult.
They are
like, that's one of the things
hard.
I loved about Left 4 Dead. Was just like if you played Left 4 Dead on the hardest difficulty, it was fucking impossible.
We played,
but for
especially
me, like,
when your friend is sitting in the clock tower at the beginning of the level, purposely sniping you.
Yeah, but I'm sure like the hardest experience is going to be the levels like the cocaine run and the meth run, where you can't stealth. You have to fight people, and you play that on overkill. I'm sure that's going to be ridiculous. Like just doing the meth portion of the game without fucking up. I can't figure it out. I don't know what goes on there that we end up blowing up the meth lab all the time.
I'll tell you right now. You have to wait and listen. You have to wait. He tells you what you have to do each time, and then you have to wait and listen to it out. It takes forever for him to tell you all the way. So it's because you're just putting the wrong ingredient in at the wrong time.
Yeah,
but he'll tell you.
I did see in some patch notes that there were some issues with displaying some of the ingredients differently on people's screens, so that could have been a fuck up, and we just never realized, and they finally fixed it. But we never had any success. We never got any meth bags.
I just remember that one being so fucking long. Like we actually finally beat it, but it took us like forever until, like you said, until we could figure out like. And it might have been glitched too, because there were a couple times where I was playing with the guys at work, and Mondo was like, "I swear to God, I did not put the wrong ingredient in." And then
I saw a screenshot of the final score tally for the meth one, and they had $14 million, $14+ million in meth that they had gotten to the end of the game.
That's amazing.
Just stupid amounts of money.
Yeah, we got like 80,000, and we're super happy from 4 stores.
Yeah. I was sad-faced that the levels keep resetting, but that's just part of the updates.
Well, I love
the beta.
to kind of close this out and also detail how the multiplayer works for people out there. It's very cool. There's a thing called crime.net, and you can just drop into anyone's game if they have a public game, which so you can grind out levels that way. It's very fast to get a game that way, or you can just play with friends. But
the community's being praised like everywhere for being like awesome.
Yeah. They have a link directly to their forums in the game.
Don't worry, that'll change once the game goes public.
Yeah, once the game goes public.
Definitely.
But
I'm in the beta. I'm going to get a head start on fucking it up.
Yeah. Make them implement a league system so that you make people be nice to each other.
The Reddit league system. Upvote your teammates.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I tuned in. You were talking about that last night on Diction Stream, right? Were you guys talking about that?
Yeah, I was. I also talked about it on one of the podcasts where they had to force... They had to force a rating system onto the League of Legends community just to make them less shitty to each other. That is an incredible amount of dickery.
League of Legends has nothing on Han, bro.
It doesn't. It really doesn't, dude.
Not even close.
Han has nothing. Han has nothing on League in terms of player base. No one plays that shitty game.
Yeah, but everyone who does
Han was king back in the day, though.
Yeah,
and Han, when it was on top, it was.
Aren't they already developing the second Han now?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, they are making another MOBA. Yes,
they need to redouble their efforts for that.
But what about you, Scott? What have you been up to this week?
What I've been playing, Payday, which we've just been talking about. A lot of Payday. Also, Cloudberry Kingdom, man. I started people in the office playing it, and now we have a projector in our office, and so it just gets taken over by people playing that game and trying to as it just gets more and more insane. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. Enjoy that. Pretty much that's it. Basically Payday and that, and then the odd occasional console title that I need to play for work. So yeah, nothing too much. And League of Legends, which I restarted today. I started playing.
Gross, disgusting.
I know. Sorry, but I have been watching Dota, so there is hope for my soul. Eventually, I want to get into Dota, but I can't even play League competently yet, so I'm not even going to try to play Dota yet.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I started the tutorial. Duh.
Also, I'm gonna need some invite stat on some Payday after talking about it today. I have it installed. I just haven't.
Do you have Payday 1?
Yeah. I have Payday 1 and
if you have Payday 1, you should. Oh, you are in Payday 2 beta. Okay, I was like, okay, yeah, we could play. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick 2-minute commercial break, and then we'll be back with some news. So we'll be back in a couple minutes.
News? Are you sure?
News?
Are you sure you want to do that?
Whoa,
I do. Have you seen that trailer that's in the doc?
That is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I'm so into it.
Oh,
I didn't even
so
check.
into-
Hold on.
Man.
But
it's the game I
it's-
linked to you, Diction, on Twitter.
It's Dick Swinging Gert.
Oh yeah.
I'll give my thoughts on it when we're actually on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I,
Yep.
good lord.
Yep.
I've,
That's all you need to say. It's fine.
yeah, there's
yeah,
not
we're
much
gonna
to
go.
say.
We're gonna go through these pretty fast. That was a good long session of the opener, which is what we like to do now.
Oh yeah.
So
Where's the doc? It is.
I've just been spending this podcast collecting enemy skill on my materia again.
I like the person in the chat that said Dota 2 is so slow. Like, I don't even play the game, and I know that that's a false statement.
Yeah.
there are pretty set phases of the game though, compared to at least from what I know. Is that like
It's
like-
far less so than League though.
really? Okay.
Yeah, League has a pretty long laning phase at the start of the game. Like you're going to lane until the jungler's level 6 at the very least, whereas in Dota that's not always the case at all. Like
Mhm.
people will be swapping lanes all the time. You'll see team fights at level 3 sometimes that just break out. Dota's much more hard to predict. Like League has a set meta and everybody sticks to it. Like this is how you play League of Legends, whereas Dota it's kind of like on the fly. People
That
do
kind of took me by
everything.
surprise when I came back to League, because when I played League, everybody kind of just like, it was a huge clusterfuck. But ever since it started becoming a huge spectator sport, everybody has certain, like oh my god, we don't have a jungler. Like what the fuck? Like everybody,
it's a cat.
everybody gets intensely upset when there's not a jungler, because that's just the meta they've accepted. When I played, like you barely, like people would bitch when there was a jungler. People would get upset that they had a jungler to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, the meta changes in League when the Koreans decide they want to change it, or someone plays a character that no one.
Wow,
but you're right.
Scott.
No, I'm serious though. But like, when the pros does something like, oh god, it's. Just, I mean, is it the same thing happen in Dota though? Like when a pro starts playing a character, is it just flooded with like all the cues? Everyone's using Pudge or something like that. Because that is one thing that annoys me about League.
There's going to be a lot more Pudges now after Navi's performance with him this weekend. But I think that'll eventually die down because Pudge is kind of a hero. If you can't play him well, your experience is going to be nothing like theirs, and you're just going to have a real bad time.
Well, he's exactly the same as
so many
He
fucking
basically just ripped off that character in Blitzcrank.
There's so many heroes in Dota too.
Exactly.
I can barely keep up watching the stream just because I have no idea what any of these characters do in the game.
Yeah.
They jungle ARAM, double bluff.
yeah. Double bluff.
Defend the fire giant.
Yeah.
I'll attack
What's your-
left lane in a
What's your CS at minute 10, Nick? Typically.
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay. Here's next.
average.
I have a cat.
Average? Yeah.
About average.
Tower defense.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's all coming down to, is towers not being destroyed.
You're right,
I
though.
agree.
That's actually true.
Nick's saying a lot of things that I'm picking up here.
Yeah.
He's laying down some real knowledge.
So, speaking of a dude with real knowledge, John Carmack
Yes.
has, this was one of the cases of the media jumping the gun super hard when this was announced, but John Carmack, one of the founders of id Software, creator of Doom and Wolfenstein, all that stuff, has joined the Oculus Rift dudes as their chief technology officer. He had a big part in that thing starting up. I want one real bad.
I've used one, thanks to John.
Is it pretty fantastic?
Pretty fantastic.
I want one. It's
I
going to
can
be
see
better
it.
with him.
I can see like really creative devs like putting features into games in the future for it that are just like really fucking cool.
We're getting our own dev kit in the office with the Rift in like a week. I can't wait.
What?
We're just gonna download all the stuff that people are making and try it out. Yeah.
Scott, there was a stream on Twitch the other day.
Yeah.
And it was a dude playing Surgeon Simulator with an Oculus Rift and the Razer Hydra, the motion control.
Oh shit.
It was so good.
It was insane.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be interesting because this has been the first viable virtual reality helmet thing that there's ever been. Not counting, of course, the amazing Virtual Boy, which I'm sure.
Oh,
Dude,
There was like 4 games for that. I had all of them.
they were all red.
They were
right?
super red. Yeah.
Made you feel like your eyes were bleeding from the outside.
If anybody hasn't seen, there's actually somebody did a demo for a cover shooter with Oculus Rift that was really good. And he accidentally bumped into a piece of furniture while he was inside of cover. But it was pretty neat being able to blind fire over cover, go in between crevices in the cover and shoot through it. It was pretty neat to watch that. Not something that I would really do, like actually be standing up and crouching around. It's just kind of, I don't know, some of it's just too much work. It's going to be one of those things for me that's too gimmicky to maybe try out, but and it also seems like I would get sick playing with the thing.
The Penny Arcade the other day, Ben Kuchera put out an article. He's been using the Rift a lot, and he put out an article on the basic rules to know before using a Rift. And he said it's best to keep your eyes open at all times, because he said even the sensation in the beginning of going from one sort of reality to the next super fast, as though you were teleporting, is sickening, like in the beginning. So if you put the Rift on and you're in your bedroom, and then all of a sudden you're in a forest, that alone disorients some people so much they just throw up right away. So it's like, he's like, there's some weird stuff going on with it.
I guess if you're trying to watch your weight, that could be a really effective weight loss program for me. I'm just gonna wear the Oculus Rift and really fuck myself. Gonna go to McDonald's.
That could actually be a nice simulation game. Like, they try to create the most fucked up environments to make people puke as soon as they put on the Oculus Rift.
Oh man, dude, I'm totally in on that weight loss program.
I want like a virtual kaleidoscope game for the Oculus Rift. That would be amazing.
It's gonna get, oh man, I just can't wait to see in the next like year or two. People are gonna, it's just gonna get more and more insane. We had a demo at Machinima of a guy who's working on obviously using the Rift and being able to actually walk around in like a full room, and it tracks you so that you actually have that level of immersion, not just sitting there. It's sick, dude.
They just put pre-orders in for we didn't actually cover this on this podcast, but you may have seen it. There was like a whole motion hexagon thing, like it's hard, like a platform. And I forget what the name of it is, but it is out for pre-order now. It's like $600 or something.
Yeah, that's not something that I can get. I saw somebody playing, I think it was Minecraft with the Oculus Rift, and then using one of those like Omni treadmill things. It's the dumbest fucking looking thing I've ever seen in my life, and really I can't believe people actually put money to build that technology.
It's too much, and it's like no one's practically there's no practical use for it.
Like literally having to jump one block.
Yeah.
Physically jump in the air. That's so stupid.
It's good for weight loss. I mean, it'd be good exercise.
Yeah.
Come on, Nintendo. Pick up
as much
on
as
I'm gonna get that thing. I'm gonna get that pad on the ground too, where you walk and shit. It's gonna be fucking sweet. I'm gonna
as much as people think, as much as people think they want full VR and have for the longest time, as soon as you realize that full virtual reality means you yourself have to move, it suddenly becomes a lot less attractive. Everybody was bitching when the Wii came out. Oh, they're like, this is too much. I'm waggling my arms around. Fuck, even I think that. Like,
see, I'm just waiting until we can tap into our own dreamscape and create that. Like, that's the only way it'll ever work, is if somehow we can figure out just how dreams work, and we are able to manipulate them to create virtual reality games around being in a dream.
Operated fully off of brain waves.
Yeah.
So that it feels like you're moving, but you're not. Then I think everybody becomes just, everybody gets the diabetes. Everybody gets the beatus.
We should address the elephant in the room with, I think all of us as males have to be excited about the porn implications of this fucking device. And I'm not even fucking kidding.
Have you guys seen Strange Days?
No.
The Catherine Bigelow movie from the 90s? Yeah, where it's like people put on these these things on their heads, and it records what they experience, and there's like an underground market of people who sell these recordings to people, and like the biggest thing obviously is like someone having sex with a hot babe or something, and when the Oculus Rift happened and like people started talking about that shit, I was like, oh, I thought it was Strange Days. I just thought
Who the fuck uses the term hot
How much
babe?
gay sex can I pretend to have? Like, limitless options.
And what's so funny is now, like, when the Oculus Rift, if it does take off and becomes just like a part of like, oh yeah, you have a Rift like you have an Xbox, the whole generation of kids that are, learning to masturbate, it's a whole new level now, because now you're wearing this fucking device that you're totally engrossed in, and you just have your dick out. It's going to be hilarious when you get caught. Whereas, like, at least with like internet porn, like, you may have headphones on, but I mean, you could be jerking off in front of your parents and not even realize it with a Rift.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
Well,
I can't wait for those stories.
It's like you go right to climax, then you're like,
you take it off.
Take it off.
People are like, what?
it's like literally your whole family there. Like grandma, grandpa's
They're
giving you the
actually-
thumbs up. He's like, all
They've
right,
actually set up a family portrait around you while you're in the Oculus Rift, and as soon as you let go of the thing and bring it over your eyes, they take the picture.
That
that's
slow
the Christmas
reveal
card.
is you just pull off the fucking visor. Oh god, the glass. Oh shit.
Nana.
Anyway. Mom, is that you?
You accidentally like hit the dog when you're done.
Pulls up the headphones. God, I love those Asian women. Grandma. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, Carmack, he's also still working with id, so he did not leave. Doom 4 is probably still going to be shitty. But anyway.
And it'll be shitty in 2019 when it comes out.
Yeah, when it fucking comes out. But moving on to 1.5 million MOBAs. We obviously know about the big guns in this genre. League of Legends, Dota. But as we discussed a little bit, the Heroes of New Earth devs are making a new MOBA called Strife. And they're still going to support Heroes of New Earth. It's not going away, so they say. So
that's unfortunate.
They're making a new one called Strife, and I didn't really read about it too much, but they said they want to make it a friendlier community than Han.
Well, I would hope so.
MOBAs?
I mean, you might as well, put me in a concentration camp. It's a friendlier community than Han. So I mean, it's. So, I mean, I don't know. You can't go much lower. The bar is not very high there. Here's the New Earth devs. So, but, so they're making a new one. And then, the best MOBA ever to come out. Mark my words. The makers
god, the
of
Dead Island.
Dead Island.
What is
Dead
this? I heard
Island
about this
developers
week.
are making a zombie MOBA. It will be free to play on PC. And it will be
free to
shit.
play.
It will be horrible.
I feel like that's the shark.
Well, I mean, it's going to involve
MOBA.
3 teams, which interests me because I don't understand how they plan to work that into it with 3 teams and how exactly the game is supposed to play out. But at least somebody is doing something different when it comes to MOBAs, even if it's coming from a lackluster franchise like Dead Island. At least it's something different.
So it'll be probably playable at PAX Prime.
Lackluster franchise? Come on, did you not see the Game of the Year edition? I don't know who the fuck.
Did you
gave them
not
Game
see
of the
that
Year.
trailer?
Come on,
And
dude.
literally nothing else.
Deep
If
Silver.
you only saw the trailer,
Now,
it might
this
seem
is-
kind of cool.
This is the
That
best
misleading ass trailer that had nothing to do with the finished product.
part. They don't.
What I want to
call
know, well, because that trailer, they outsourced that to like a New Zealand CGI company.
Yeah.
I want to see them do their own
they should
movie.
make a
You know,
game.
like
They
they
got
should
some
make it.
ideas.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
They know how to pull the heartstrings, and that's what works
So,
in video games.
They're not calling this a MOBA though, so I'm sorry I used that term.
They're calling it a
I-
Zomba.
MOBA
It's a
schmoba.
Zomba. It's a
Oh,
Zomba.
God.
Okay, it's a
I actually
zombie
appreciate
online
this.
multiplayer battle arena. That's all we
Something
know.
twist.
I will try to play this at PAX Prime because it's going to be at
Yeah.
Gamescom, so I can only assume
Yes.
it will be at PAX Prime.
In the chat, it's like League of Legends with zombies. Machinima.
We'll get Adam Kovic to throw that cord down.
Please get him to say that legitimately.
He will.
So they're making. Well, we know Zombie Studios is looking at making a MOBA, even though Jared won't tell us anything about it. We know that. Well, Infinite Crisis is in beta. I've heard it's awful. I've not played it, nor I've heard it's
didn't look
really
good.
bad.
It didn't look interesting. It just looked like every
looks-
other MOBA out there, but it's got DC characters in it.
This
It looked incredibly generic.
this feels like right now. What this feels like is when World of Warcraft was at its peak in
Yep.
like 08 or so, when it was like everywhere, pop culture, like everything, World of Warcraft. And then everyone else was like, I'm gonna make a WoW killer. And then Warhammer Online came out and it was shitty. Age of Conan came out and it was shitty. And then everything like there was a million of them. Rift, all these games came out try to kill WoW, and now we're just like, well, let's make that quick buck
Well, it's all about it's all about doing something different, and none of those games that tried to beat WoW really did much, except for games like Rift maybe. And then I mean, WildStar is coming out, and I haven't seen anything that's pumped me up for an MMO more than that game. That looks so fucking fantastic. But I mean, with the MOBA genre, how many different elements have we gotten past like Smite going third person and being more skill shot? And I guess Dungeon Defenders 2 is going to have its own unique spin on it. That's kind of interesting, but every other thing that's attempted to come into the MOBA territory has always been just the same as anything else, and nothing's tried to do anything differently.
See, that's the issue, though. Some of these other WoW killers tried to do other things, but I think that's when you have, obviously, WoW was the first and to be that big. And the other thing, though, is that, like, how far can you deviate from the formula that people know? Like, that's the other thing. Like, you may make a great game, but people, if it's too different from the norm of what people have come to expect from MOBAs, and it is weird, but perception is reality when it comes to entertainment anyway. Do you know what I mean? So people will play that. So they may have like a player base of like, and a really good game, and there's a lot of good games that have never taken off because it was just too different or too ahead of its time. So I don't know if you can really deviate too much and really be successful. Maybe we'll see.
And yet, if it's too similar, there's no point in playing anything other than the already established franchise.
Exactly. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like what Dan said with WoW. Like I think that you're just going to see a lot of these companies try it for a while and then they're going to fail. So we'll see. Maybe there's a killer on the horizon.
There can always
Dota and League. It's like
I think it's
always
World needs more games like Katamari Damacy. Okay, that's all. That's what I've been saying for years.
But I want a Call of Duty MOBA. I hope that they go into that territory.
You joke?
That
you joke?
actually,
I would not be surprised.
That you know what? This zombie MOBA, this might be jumping the shark, but that is when it will jump the shark. When fucking Activision comes out with a Call of Duty MOBA. That is when it's over.
Gears of War tried to do something similar to a MOBA, but it was one-sided with the whole, with the setup with towers as defense, and then you have that generator at the end that you all have to destroy. That's the first shooter that I've seen that tried to do something MOBA-ish.
Well, I guess I was about to say, has there been a first-person MOBA? But I mean,
that would be awful.
Is the closest thing, but like Smite's third person, but that's like the most innovative we've seen.
Yeah,
like a first-person MOBA. Just, I mean,
I'm telling you,
just not a thing.
No, I don't think it would be good. I was about to say, what's the game we love to hate on? Oh God,
which one?
Brink.
There's so many.
Brink.
Brink. Yeah, I was about to say, but Brink wasn't a MOBA. Brink was just a.
Brink should have been a MOBA. It had lanes, lots of lanes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of lanes.
By lots, we mean one.
We mean one lane, and it was just an ARAM of you running into defense and dying horribly. That's all it was.
The random aspect of ARAM came with, am I playing with bots or not? That was always fun trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna happen. This is it, though. You're right, Dan. This is the start, man. Here they all come. It's where the money is. Go where the money is. So every company's gonna make a MOBA.
I can't wait for Jared Garrettson's vision of a MOBA. I just can't wait for that. Whatever that is.
As long as he fixes it before it's out. It's all
fixes that damn game before it comes out. So moving on to something that I already pre-ordered. I don't know about you guys, but the boys over at is it Volition that makes
Yes, Volition.
Yes, the boys over at Volition have come out with possibly the best pre-order in history. The Saints Row 4, the Super Dangerous Wad Edition, aka
the best
$1
name
million
ever.
Pack. This is literally $1 million. So
got $1 million lying around.
You have $1 million lying around. There's one of these, and here's what you get. So you do get the game. The Commander-in-Chief Edition.
Of course.
You do get Saints Row 4, so that's a positive. You get a Virgin Galactic space flight. You
go to space.
You go to fucking space.
At least like low orbit or something. I forget what they're doing with that Virgin space thing. I'd have to look it up.
It's low orbit. Full-size replica dubstep gun, which is actually with the regular,
I would want that
$100 pre-order.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Plastic surgery of your choice.
That's my favorite. The plastic surgery is the best. Absolutely the best.
You get a personal shopper, 7 nights at the top royal suite of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai, which is the tallest building in the world currently. First and then we also get a hostage rescue experience, a spy training day.
Yeah, Virgin actually does the hostage rescue and spy mission thing.
God.
As well? Okay.
A capsule wardrobe? I don't know what
Whatever
that is
exactly.
You get a week for 2 at the Jefferson Hotel in Washington, D.C., first-class flights to Washington, D.C. and Dubai, a Lamborghini Gallardo, a new Toyota Prius.
And a brand new Toyota Prius.
Which I find hilarious.
With that, if you own a Prius, you are a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you are a horrible person
That's
if you
the
buy a
best
Prius.
part. That's the best part of this is you get 1-year insurance with the Prius. You don't get any insurance help with a fucking Gallardo, which is going to be like $1,000 a month.
He actually went through and priced all of this stuff, and they would make a decent profit if somebody actually bought this thing.
And you get a year's supercar membership, which I don't know.
Whatever that is. I don't even know what that is.
What I really need to stress though is this is real. I think people probably think this is a troll.
No, this is real.
Someone drops $1 million, and if I was a rich celebrity like Justin Bieber or something like that, this is like just in a second, just to say I bought that edition. You know what I mean?
I would
like,
totally.
why do you
do
immediately put yourself in the shoes of Bieber of all people?
Okay, you know what?
There's a lot of people that have $1 million. You went with
That's
Bieber.
True.
Let's
That's
just keep
true.
that in mind.
Okay, fine. Selena Gomez. Is that better?
No.
Okay.
She kind of looks like a caveman.
That's cool because I just watched Spring Breakers, so I would totally, I would choose her too.
Was it as
But you
shit
have
as it
to,
looked?
No, that movie's actually really fucking good. It's Harmony
Is
Korine,
it?
the guy that did Gummo.
Yeah.
Gummo.
Look really
kids.
It's I liked it. I dug it. I thought it was subversive grindhouse entertainment. It was good.
Yeah, that's somebody chat made up a good point. Do you have to use the plastic surgery?
Wait, can you get it on someone else when they don't know? Can I drop a couple extra $1,000 to have them drugged and put into a fucking into under surgery for that? That would be fun.
Like
You
I
tell your
don't.
father that you're
myself and
finally...
I think
Tell
if
your
I have
dad.
$1 million just sitting around, I'm not going to give a shit if I ruin someone else's life in the process. So.
You tell your dad that you're going to finally donate your kidney to him because you were the only match around, and then you bring him in there, and then he comes out with a new face or a dick or something crazy.
An extra dick coming out of
No
his ass.
kid, just something crazy that you've
A
attached
tail
to your
penis.
Tail penis, yeah. You know he's happy when it gets erect.
See, what if you're a dude? What if you're a dude like John? You're already super good looking. Like, do you have to use that, or do you like?
John could be more good looking.
John could be better looking. What do you do?
If I had
I
a
mean,
sweet beard. If I had a sweet beard, I'd be good looking.
get some beard
fucking
transplant. Is
Yeah,
beard
beard
transplant
Need a sweet
plastic
beard.
surgery?
You know, that
Plastic
hair
surgery
plugs.
could give you a beard.
Hair plugs.
Hair plugs
The
already
hair
look
plugs
like bad
for beard.
enough up here. I can only imagine they're really obvious here.
Just this stringy looking weird.
Like every time you go somewhere, people are like, "Are you okay?" Like
Do you have mange? Is that what? What is happening?
you've got a staph infection coming out of your face.
No, I just bought the most expensive Saints Row edition.
Yeah.
Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
For-
Oh, all
for
right.
four. It's like,
It's,
I get
but
it.
it's fucking super fun. I've been playing it the last week. We got copies and holy fuck. It's just batshit insanity. In the first 20 minutes, you're just like, I mean, Saints Row 3 was insane, but this game just embraces it on a level that's like mind blowing. It's literally like the first hour, I was just like, holy fucking shit! It was blowing my mind. So I think people dig it.
Did you guys see the most recent video update showing the nightmare world for the main character?
No.
Oh, so whenever they say that whenever they first start sending you into these virtual reality worlds, the individual characters in the game get sent to their own nightmare virtual reality. And the nightmare reality for the main character is in the 1950s when everything was calm and cool and nobody really killed each other. So you're and it's set like
that's the opening. Yeah.
It's set like a 1950s sitcom, and the fucking walking animation that they did for the character, you have to watch it for the walking animation. It is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen. And they have quick time events for eating pancakes, and and they make it explicitly hard for you to pick up your newspaper with a quick time event, just to make quick time event, to make a joke about doing quick time events for fucking stupid shit in video games.
Quantic Dream is gonna have a problem with
It's
that.
such a good joke. I love it.
I know
And that walking animation.
I
so
do
good.
know that Jeff Gerstmann from Giant Bomb had obviously like a review copy, played through the entire game in one day. because he was like
Yeah.
not be like for the purpose of reviewing. He was just like I couldn't put it down. So I just sat there for like 16 hours.
Yeah, they're very
Like,
confident in their game. They gave people review codes like weeks before the game came out, and that's and the amount of updates that they give in terms of video form to show people a lot of their game to convince them to buy it is very it's just a positive. Like
Yeah.
it makes you want to pre-order it.
So
So good.
moving
So
on to a game that's probably even better than Saints Row 4.
Oh yeah, this game. Oh yeah,
This game
I also
is-
played this week. I forgot to mention this.
You did play this?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Mondo bought it, and we played it
so-
for like 15 minutes, and we got creeped out. We had
So
to
this
stop.
game is possibly the most KBMOD style game ever made.
It's the literal dude pile.
It is
It's-
pile of men, and they have and this is the first game that I've ever seen with dick physics. So
Yep.
Yeah.
proud to announce
That
that
defy
City
logic.
physics are done and gone. We finally moved on to dick physics. We're
Yeah.
finally in equal gender
Finally.
race.
this
Finally.
game is called Mount Your Friends, and what you do is you have to make the largest tower of men in banana hammocks on top of a goat that you can. And there's a sandbox mode as well, and you have to watch the trailer and listen to the groans that these men make as they attempt.
It
I
is
just-
as advertised. That is what it is.
It's like GURP. If anybody's played the browser game GURP that was made by the guy who did what was the other one? Fucking Flop.
I can't.
It's GURP with
Yeah.
swinging
Yeah.
dicks.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
And,
That's what
and,
it
that,
is.
and that's exactly who is going to play the game is the people who fucking played QWOP as a Let's Play game, and it's going to be stupid as shit.
Oh
It's
my god.
It's
look
going
at
to
this.
be the hellhole of YouTube.
And
Oh, this is gonna be all over, dude.
I'm gonna stream this. There's a safe for work mode of the game
It removes dick physics.
where
and
where
clothes-
they have a
puts
little
clothes on.
like Christmas ornament in their crotch instead of a dick, and then they're wearing full suits. So,
Oh my god.
Like how
I
they
just-
took the original cover art, the original artwork officially for the game, and gave them mustaches.
yeah.
Yeah, they also instead of swinging dicks, they have giant zippers just at the bottom of their
And
pants.
every dude has a different name and a different nationality. Like when he comes out to join the goat pile of men.
But we shouldn't confuse people. I mean, this game is deeper than just wildly swinging dicks and a GURP clone. This is a strategic
statement.
multiplayer game that you play against your friends to be the #1 spot.
And
Because it's actually multiplayer where you try to climb the highest out of everybody.
Listen to this.
It's so
Dynamic
weird.
day, night, and weather conditions. Climb through the storm. Okay? All right? Plot-rich single-player campaign. Learn how you became such a great climber. Go to exotic locations and repair space stations. I'm not making this up.
I feel like these guys are like totally down with this,
Dude.
though. The dudes who made this, like,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
totally
Trolling.
like, yeah. And God, I'm looking at these dick physics. I just can't get over them. Look at all the dicks.
Swinging junk.
Just look at that.
I like how the Christmas ornament dick physic, the Christmas ornament just spins in a full circle.
Yeah, just
Interesting.
And the best part is the music that's playing during that trailer. God damn it, with the dick swinging all around. Oh my god.
I think the groans
can't be
though.
beat.
Let me try to play a groan over this.
Oh my god.
No, I can't find one. It's just gonna be really loud. But yeah, go watch the trailer. Just watch the trailer.
I can't handle it.
So, yes. Moving on to some quick news things. Mark of the Ninja DLC is coming in September. It's a whole new level, a couple new weapons and stuff. That's a really, really good game. If you have it, you should definitely download the DLC when it comes out. I think it's $5 or something like that. But one more level in that game means a lot more than just 5 minutes, so you can replay it in numerous ways. So that's coming. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, coming to PC on September 3rd. It's already out on Xbox Live. It's getting glowing reviews pretty much everywhere. It's like a puzzle/adventure game, but apparently it gets super emotional. So Like
I don't want to cry.
Yeah, people were crying by the end of this game. So, but it'll be out on PC September 3rd, and Arma 3 finally has a release date. I don't know if anyone on the cast has played that except John, but
I've played an hour and a half of it, but I never played multiplayer. I played the scenarios that were there to try to learn how the game works. There's just too many fucking controls for me to play that game.
And there's like every key on your keyboard is bound
Does something.
to something.
yeah. So
And you really only use like 3 of them, but you still have to know the rest
September 12th.
in case you need.
September 12th for Arma 3. If you're looking to get in on that. And this week, I've said on the cast the last 2 weeks that August is full of tons of releases, and now it really begins. So this week, we've got on Tuesday DuckTales Remastered, which is actually awesome. Looked awesome, played awesome at PAX East. Payday 2, of course. And Europa Universalis, which I've actually heard good things about. I believe it's a strategy game. Those all come out Tuesday. Wednesday, Betrayer comes out. Thursday, Worms Clan Wars comes out. And Addiction plays a lot of Worms. And also
Gone Home on Thursday.
Gone Home on Thursday the 15th. And then Sunday, the 18th, Disney Infinity comes out as well. So that is 7 games right there this week. And I'm sure there's a lot more.
Is Disney Infinity coming to PC? I didn't realize that.
Yes,
I thought it was just Disney's Skylanders.
So, it is coming to PC.
Pretty much.
So that is the end of the news segment. We're going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break and then be back with the Twitter questions. Don't go anywhere.
Ooh.
Well, I thought that was literally like a soundbite about to play. That was so good. Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
We'll be back.
Stella Artois.
Yeah, that was from
Crisp and cool.
You should do VO, dude. Jesus Christ. You should do VO for
dude, this
them.
microphone makes me so much bassier than I really am.
God.
I'm sure I sound sexy as fuck, but to me I sound like...
Hold on. What do I sound like when I change my equalization? Hello. Am I really bassy now?
Oh, wow.
Do I sound sexy?
Dude, I'm being
How do you do that?
clothed in velvet.
I've got
right
an
now.
audio mixer that's got knobs on it with equalization, so I can just change it on the fly. Because I'm a professional
I just
YouTuber
has
and I take
gain.
the shit seriously.
Wow, dude. Wow, call me out. I'll be back.
My favorite thing to watch during the international is just the people that just type anytime something goes wrong for one of the teams. It's like Alliance disband, Navi disband. Every time, like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I forgot to mention this when I was when we were doing the what we've been doing, but dude, I've been on salty bets way too much.
Dude, salty bets destroyed.
Yeah, I didn't
Our
understand
work
what
week.
that
So-
was.
over.
So
It's
for our
so good.
subscribers and those who
So
didn't get
genius.
ads, what Salty Bets is, it's a fighting game engine called Mugen, which is fully moddable. It's basically like Gary's mod for fighting games, is what Mugen is. It's quite old though, but basically this dude who has it's like fake betting. He has it on for major FGC tournaments mostly, but then he put up this stream recently, and it's 1,300 characters loaded into an automated Mugen engine, and it's just.
It's the most
but the
genius.
characters, all the characters in it are made by people, so you never know like what they're gonna have. There was a dude named Uppercut. His sprite just changed constantly the whole match, and when he won, it just put up wallpapers of Miami, like when he would win rounds. Like
I was
he just,
very
like-
confused when I saw Tom Hanks and Goku on the Twitch TV
that's
game section.
Mega Tom Hanks. He is the best character in the game. There's also
It's just-
like.
Oh god, it's genius on so many levels, and when you start watching, you don't want to stop because you'll see so many. Like Winnie the Pooh will pop up, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh god. And now it's a whole thing now because people know when it's like a real Street Fighter character or a really shitty clone that someone made. So
Yeah.
like all the bets, and people will be like, oh nope, not real, and then. God, it's so genius.
Yeah.
It's the most genius
Well,
thing
like if you
I've seen
actually
forever.
the chat there, like usually big Twitch streams, chat is like it's cancer usually, but like
So
with Salty Bets, it's cancer, but you're like, I want this in me, like I want to watch this chat occur. Like it's always like there's dudes who simply bet everything on Wafu every time. If it's an anime girl, they just bet it all.
what.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going. There's like that.
Everything for waifu.
Yep, everything. Always bet on waifu. And then, like, people always bet on... If you see an Akuma variation, bet on an Akuma variation every time, because they're always overpowered. If you see a Dragon Ball Z character, never bet on Dragon Ball Z ever, because it's some 12-year-old put that DBZ character in there and it can't do shit.
I just loaded it up right now. It reminded me.
Barney,
I'm watching
Barney,
it right now.
Jesus Christ, Barney is the most overpowered thing in that game. There was a Barney Fat Albert match over in seconds. Fat Albert got bodied, dude. It was.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It basically idles at like 5-6K 24 hours.
Yep.
It's fucking genius.
Yep. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's crazy. Always bet on DBZ. You guys in chat are nuts. Yeah, if it's a Chrono Trigger character, never bet on it. It can't hit anything. Like but the uppercut one was the craziest one I saw because his sprite changed. There's also a character which I have not seen yet, but I heard this on Giant Bomb. There's a character that does a Hadouken. But the fireball is a bunch of barakas from Mortal Kombat. But the sound bites are custom as well in Mugen for all the characters. So when he shoots out the barakas, it just screams Barako Bomb! Barako Bomb!
Oh my god, Steel just went fucking ham on Super 13. Not a fucking perfect. Sorry, I'm watching that.
This is really one-sided.
It will ruin your life. Yeah. Saltybet.com. Go there, make an account. It's ridiculous.
And it will get so interesting. Like when it goes to 5 rounds, like you'll expect it to be like over right away. Like right now, Steel's dominating, but then it'll just all of a sudden turn for no reason, and it really gets fucking nuts. Like in the 5th match, you're like, holy shit, this could go any way.
Yeah.
And then there's maps like Mike Tyson's Punch Out was in there.
Yeah.
And shit, did you see that?
Dude,
and the characters can't even hit Mike Tyson because he's over in the top far corner. So he just like swings and the characters like try to jump on him and they can't hit him. It's incredible.
Yep.
Fuck.
There was one that was just Zinedine Zidane, the French soccer player. It was just a cutout picture of him that hopped around the screen. He just got shit on. He had no moves. He couldn't actually hit anything. There's a Thierry Henry one as well. It's ridiculous. Watch
Steel is real. Steel is real.
My entire work day on Thursday was just salty bet on in the corner while I did my job all day. But Twitter questions. These ones are this one is for our guests. At Cynic Swamp asks, has anyone ever actually eaten Nick's style of speech? And does Mark really feel that strongly about the ShamWow?
What?
I don't understand the first part of the question.
What's the first part? I'm super confused.
Eat my diction. He's talking about. Has anybody ever actually?
Wow, Scott, get with the picture. Come on.
Well, Mark was also.
Get your head out of the clouds.
So.
I'm not very good on my toes. I'm not good with this. I just don't understand anything that happens in this world.
I had one person eat it and they were not satisfied, so I added a little salt, and then the next person was pretty. They're into it. They asked for seconds. It was pretty cool.
Damn.
So there you go. Mark doesn't feel strongly about the ShamWow. I'll just answer for him.
No, I don't. It's never been about the actual product. I mean, it is shitty. I mean, anybody who's ever used it knows that it's shitty, but I don't care.
I like the disdain for even having to address it.
I know.
The thing is that Mark feels really strongly about Sham. Clearly, he's all Sham.
Well,
But WoW's just not something that he's interested in at all.
that can just leave.
As far as WoW goes, all he cares about is the goddamn farm.
Yeah, this farm. Farmville. That's all he cares about. We went over this, dude. All right. At Fat Attack 82 asks, if you could replace your blood with any beverage, why would it be Corona?
Fuck. That's good.
That's just horrid.
Oh, man.
Where's Mike Paul?
You know what? I would replace it with Yingling, John's favorite.
God.
Yingling.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Yingling's shit, too.
If I was a vampire and you were the last thing on Earth, I would not suck your blood.
To me, there's no worse beer in the world than Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock is the worst.
Is terrible.
It literally tastes like skunk beer. It tastes like piss.
And they promised to shoot a fucking laser up on the moon that one time.
Yeah.
With their logo, and they didn't fucking do it. So they're liars.
And actually, they're out of business now. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Because
that's what happens when you try to build a fucking moon laser. You try to make a moon laser, you lose all your money.
I don't think I've ever met anyone, even when Rolling Rock was still in business, that ever said, "Man, I could really go for a Rolling Rock," or even like said the name. Never.
Yeah, Latrobe.
I don't know if there are people who are like, "Man, I could really go for a Miller," and that's just as bad to me.
There's so much incredible beer, like right here. There's so much incredible beer in this 5-mile radius.
You guys are so lucky.
People are saying that
we need to get out here and come to Pyramid for us.
People are saying angry video game nerd approve Rolling Rock, so I
does-
can stand white shitty.
He does.
Gloves are off.
That's fired.
Shot.
Definitely fired.
Shitsford. God, this next one, I don't know. We've talked about being under that hibachi, so maybe this gave us some perspective on this. At Monkey Gills asks, if you were being sold into slavery, how much would you cost? I'm gonna go right now and say I would not be worth much. I'm a small man.
No, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not.
you
I'm
and I are
not.
not breeding stock.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to work on a computer, I'm not going to. I can't put together IKEA furniture.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
mechanical in
Got
that sense
some
at all. I
things.
couldn't really do. I could pick stuff in the fields, and eventually I'd lose all this excess weight just from that alone. So I would be like a normal worker, but I would more try to work my way.
If you
as,
lose
like-
weight too fast, you might die, though.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so that wouldn't be worth much then either. Fuck.
See,
you're
see,
right.
with my subscriber count, I could be I could be employed as the advertisement for the slavery. So I'm actually for human suffering in any manner, shape, or form. So if anybody is running a slavery
Particularly when the
operation-
people suffering are your subscribers.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome.
If you want to enslave the people that watch my videos, I am totally down for it. I have a business email on my YouTube channel that you can contact me at, and we can work out the contract for this.
Slavery at AllShamNoWow.com.
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, yeah. I feel like Blacklight wouldn't be worth very much either.
No,
No,
but
my main talent is figuring out how to not do work. So you would be losing a lot. I mean, you don't seem to realize that during actual slavery, one of the major forms of rebellion was just acting like you were really incompetent, and I'm so good at that.
Yeah.
I'm fucking amazing at it.
you know, we're all actually pretty charming though, so I feel like we'd work our way into as being like house slaves. Like we do like the really menial like kitchen stuff or wash sheets.
We would get to serve
We
the
wouldn't
people.
be put in the
Yeah.
fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, serve people and shit.
We'd at least get to take a shower or something.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't be like those field slaves. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. I want to be a field slave, man. Give me the house, dude. I'll dab your dick or something with like a washcloth. if
This
you're
is getting
sick.
darker than the
don't-
hibachi grill talk.
I
God.
don't care. So I better stop.
At SkyJW asks, if you had to live within the gastrointestinal tract of any member of the podcast, whose GI tract would you inhabit and why?
I wonder if the
I'm
question
I'm gonna
is, like,
go.
people
I'm gonna
that are
go
on
with a
here
guess
now.
this time. I'm gonna say Dictions because he drinks great beer. He's on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
Some of the
He
beer,
counts.
some of the beer that
Yeah.
we have here would be fine secondhand.
Yeah.
It's that
Well,
good.
technically, it
I-
would still be firsthand at that point, I think.
I've been inside of
It
John's
would be,
Colton.
there's
It's a great
some
place.
other there's some other stuff in the intestinal tract that mixes that
Mark
beer.
knows. Mark knows. You're very familiar with John's colon. That's good.
Yeah, John actually rents out his colon to be able to afford to live in San
It
Francisco.
literally, I could never be John. I mean, John's intestinal tract has seen stuff that no one has ever
No, but that's the
experienced.
experience. You have to live like
Yeah.
you've never lived before, Scott, and
That's
that is
true.
inside of John's colon.
That's like, that's an interesting life. Yeah.
John's spacious colon.
John's spacious colon. You should be the
guys are
alternate
rude.
Twitter account. You guys are rude.
You guys are rude.
I'm gonna have to go with Brandon because it's probably like a pristine golden heaven in
Dude,
there.
no. Brandon eats nothing but shit.
Oh, that's right.
Brandon
he
is
does.
the worst
Uh-oh.
eater I've ever met
Really?
in my life. He eats,
Okay,
he eats
never
Hot
mind.
Pockets and cereal. He doesn't eat anything else.
He's
ever.
the only person I've ever heard it being excited about the fact that he was heating up a corn dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, corn dogs are delicious. Don't get me wrong, but he lives on them.
Yeah.
Before
Corn
I
dogs,
moved
Hot
out here,
Pockets, and Frosted Flakes.
before I moved out here, I lived on cereal, Hot Pockets, and the occasional burrito and Velveeta shells and cheese box. Like that was
Mark
my.
is Brandon levels. Yeah, and you
That was
only
my
eat really
diet.
certain things.
I
too.
wouldn't. Chef Boyardee was also a big thing. If I had to cook it, I didn't eat it. So if it went to a microwave, that's what I consumed before I moved out here.
Oh man, dude, I
All
don't
right,
want to go to your
so-
funeral at like 41. Come on. I mean, I'm digging my early grave just on the weight thing, but I do try to mix it up once in a while. You know.
Corn
So.
dogs. Oh,
Corn dogs.
I chose poorly there. God damn.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dan, because Dan, you've been eating pretty healthy lately, haven't you?
I
Yeah, that's
actually
true.
eat quite healthy.
Yeah, so
I do now too.
Is that your
So
wife's
today,
influence, or is that
she
just
said-
you, Dan? in
It's
general?
both. It's both.
It's a mix.
Yeah.
No, Megan.
like,
Megan would prefer Dan to not eat healthy, so she can cook her crazy shit that she makes. I think.
Okay.
Actually,
that
Megan
woman
is
loves
fucking,
to cook, and she's so good at it.
She's obsessed with Taco Bell, though. It's like bad. It's really bad.
Dan will be eating a salad, and I know that like, oh, it's gonna be a loose day today. I could get some colon surfing in. And, I know things are just gonna be running smoothly.
Surfing. Oh,
Yep. I'm
Always
gonna say
comes
Dan.
back- Always comes back to anus surfers for me somehow.
Always.
All right. This is an interesting question here from at Bob the Red Dino. Shoutouts to Bob the Red Dino. If you could direct a porn with 2 to 5 historical figures, whom would you choose, and what would they do?
fuck, man.
All right, like Cleopatra and Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
I would
It's
like to
I-
rewrite history with like
Okay.
a World War II fan fiction where you get all of the notable people, your Hitlers, your Stalins, your Mussolinis, and all of those guys, and you write them together. They're trying to bond finally and get this war over with. So they decide to have a fuck fest. And
A college fuck fest, if you
and
will.
to spread this this piece across the world, the different scenes are them fucking in every single country on the planet to spread awareness.
From bunkers to tanks to the Eiffel Tower.
Red
to-
Square. Fucking,
Yeah, Times Square.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
It's a full series, if you will. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. That was a lot
FDR,
of DVDs.
they're
I
all
thought
riding
there
the
was some-
FDR
Oh,
wheelchair going on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
you get
kinky.
some
I mean, yes, D-Day is going on, and all of a sudden,
D-Day.
You
Come
see-
on.
Oh, D-Day.
D-Day. Come on.
you see FDR roll down the hill on his wheelchair, telling everybody to stop firing. He's got Hitler in his lap as he rolls.
Just like,
And then in the middle of the beach, they sit and they unclothe and they embrace each other so ever so sweetly, and everybody
You're reading
around them
fan
is
fiction?
confused.
What is happening?
I can't. I can't even.
I've always
Working on
been.
this.
I mean,
What was the name of the chick that sewed the American flag?
Yeah.
Betsy
Anne
Ross.
Hathaway.
Betsy Ross.
I was. What if Betsy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Betsy
yeah.
Ross,
What if
yeah.
she like sewed a time machine, and then she took the time machine through time and just fucked the shit out of every president in like
She just loves
a
America that
24-hour period.
Betsy
Like a
Does
24-hour
America. I like
Well,
it.
Yeah.
It would be the most patriotic thing you've ever seen in your life.
period. Exactly. And after she's done, she knits them all condoms out of the like American flag.
American flag condoms.
Yeah.
This is.
And then she comes back
Oh
and she's
my
like,
God.
okay. And she's like, finally, like, I know how I want to make this flag. Like, that's how it starts. Like, how am I? Because, she went through all these different revisions
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
flag.
yeah.
So obviously,
Okay.
this
And-
whole fuck fest clears her mind. And she's like, all right, this is what it's going to look like.
And yeah,
This
you know
is-
you're not. She's gonna end. You know she's not gonna end up satisfied until number 44.
Listen.
Once
I have
she
always-
has black.
I like your thing with like powerful women from history as a series. It would be called Powerful Women from History Getting Fucked. It'd be like a abbreviation. And then it would be, think about this. Talk about bringing races together, right? John Wilkes Booth, right? Killed Abraham Lincoln. But guess what? Who made a huge move forward for Black America? Rosa Parks. What if Rosa Parks and John Wilkes Booth fucked? And then we're kind of bringing together this whole torrid history, and we're basically bringing different races together.
Did they do it on
watched
the back
that.
of a bus?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
of
the setting. That's the setting.
Well, they make their way
what
up
else?
the bus as they. Yeah, I like what's happening here.
Yeah.
This is a powerful woman. Just any powerful woman fucking another powerful historical figure.
Yeah,
I watch-
Eleanor Roosevelt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Mary Todd Lincoln's not a looker, but she's got some junk in the trunk, so pair her with anyone.
I think there would be some great conflict, some really nice, animosity between the two that would really ignite the romance between my initial suggestion of Lincoln and Cleopatra, because she owned slaves, she was big on them, and Lincoln freed the slaves. Plus,
You're
there's
right.
that whole fact that technically she's African, so that adds a whole nother layer to this.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
So-
what you're doing here. Social commentary through porn. It's not done often, but it is
No.
now.
You
But
can
when
change the
when
world
it's
with
done
a dick.
right, it's hot.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. I'm about to look up if anyone's done like a. Oh, I know there's a Cleopatra porn. I've already seen that. That's other ones like more obscure historical figures. We need to
Gandhi?
start making-
Gandhi,
Gandhi.
Oh,
Wow.
Gandhi just lets go.
That's pushing it.
He just he
All right,
just
this
lets
is
go.
offensive. Okay,
He'd have to be on
Now
top.
it's offensive.
Now it's offensive.
Gandhi was my boy.
Gandhi was my boy. I'm trying to think. Richard Nixon. Get him. Ooh, Watergate. Watergate affords many an opportunity.
With his
but-
jowls. Oh God.
His jowls
Shaking
shaking
on
in
screen.
pleasure. Yeah.
Oh,
She's a squirter.
Wow.
I'm done.
The only man that can twerk with his jowls.
I am literally crying. This is, oh my god. All
just
my
too
Google
beautiful.
searches are right
See,
now is Betsy
and you
Ross.
actually title the porn Watergate, and it
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my
as a
God.
as a sexual innuendo.
And then the tagline would be "Things are gonna get moist."
Secrets will flow.
Oh my God. You missed your career, Mark. You're in the wrong profession, dude. You should be waiting points. Holy shit.
And then the sequel is Deep Throat, which was already made.
Yeah, it's true. This is a
Yeah.
prequel.
Exactly.
Those never go poorly.
Oh
Oh my god.
This is...
You could always do Genghis Khan because his entire life basically was a porno when he wasn't murdering everybody. There's
That would be
isn't
that
there
would be
like
the
a
most
ridiculous-
long-standing series ever. You would have
Yeah.
Genghis Khan 496 or something by the time you're finished.
There's like some statistic where like 12% of all people in Asia are related to him or something ridiculous like that.
Jesus Christ.
That's how many pussy he done fuck.
That Genghis
Yeah.
Khan player. Anyway.
He done
Uh,
That pussy done take.
Genghis Khan was a big dick player.
he was. He definitely was.
Big dick killer.
I can't think. I mean, there's 3 more questions here, but
Dude,
we're done.
I don't think... Yeah, I don't want. I can't even think about anything else. This is maybe one of the best questions ever asked / best answers ever given.
I just
Leonardo da Vinci moaning Lisa from I Run Like a Kenyan in chat.
Jesus. Oh my god. So,
Oh my God.
thanks for tuning in, guys, to another episode
Oh.
of the KBMOD podcast. Big thanks
You're welcome,
to
first.
Mark and Nick for showing up on short
thank you.
notice. Thank you, guys. I can't even think right now. Yeah, follow the channel if you're new. Subscribe if you really like historical porno.
Who doesn't?
And we'll be back next week. Follow KBMOD Gaming on Twitter. All our Twitters are on the screen right now. And yeah, we'll be back next week with episode 106.
And I will pimp out. I'm streaming after this if you guys want to watch a
Yeah,
stream.
head
I don't
over
know.
to-
Is there any post stream on this channel? Or no?
I'm going to bed.
Okay. You're done.
I'm done.
It's just-
I have been
All right.
slain by Watergate. Oh. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Later.
See you guys.